Dom might be sending me a disappointing lack of pornography, but we're here to talk Gibberpish, aren't we, Dom?
Yeah, but I apologise for the lack of porn.
Yeah.
But
make it good. I'm talking like weird fetish shit.
weird Japanese anime porn.
Bring me stuff with at least 3 types of tentacle in it, and then we'll talk.
3-breasted women with tentacle legs, is that what you're after?
Yes.
Awesome.
They're called gorgons.
Gorgons.
Would it surprise you to find that there was already like an entire subculture devoted to the idea of just half-naked snake ladies?
Not at all. I'm pretty sure that's a cult in any fantasy campaign that you come across.
Yeah, the
any D&D campaign, there's always a cult of snake people.
There's the Yuntai in Forgotten Realms. I don't know what they are and everything else, but I do know they're the Yuntai because I look at them and say they're the coolest group of guys ever. They're half snake, half person. They murder everyone, and then they just don't take damage because their skin is armor.
Snake people.
And you can go fuck yourself if you think you can fight them. So the last episode was pretty games heavy. I don't see that changing much on this one because you got Fallout 4.
Yeah, I recently started Fallout 4. My brother finished it. I started playing it, I made my character and ran to the vault, and then I fell asleep. Like, controller in hand, out cold on my bed.
Happens to the best of us. I actually went and got the Shadow of Mordor as well.
Nice. You started playing it? Or?
No, instead, it's a weird thing. Tell me if this happens to you, but I've noticed that people are hitting a kind of exhaustion point with Fallout. Like, we get into the wasteland, we go nuts for like a couple of days, and we're just getting stuck. We don't know what happens. We just kind of happened to me, happened to my brother, happened to a friend of ours, and it happened to one guy who I knew was playing it at work. So just keep an eye on it and see if you ever get to a point of just kind of it's an aimless kind of quest. I don't really feel like doing it. I'll put it down for a little bit.
Yeah, in general, like with games, I've been hitting a fatigue point. Unless it's a brand new game that I'm really hyped to play, I just think I'll get to it eventually, or I can't be fucked playing that. Because I mean, Shovel Knight has not even got a look in since 3 weeks ago. I just can't be bothered playing that game.
Interesting. I know I have a very bad case of hobby and video games ADD sometimes, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was what was happening. I was bored, had been distracted, and just kind of left it for a while. So, I mean, my hobby ADD aside, I think it's a really good set of games that have come out recently. That being said, I just keep playing Destiny the Taken King and having a great time with it. I'm really enjoying the simplicity of the story that's presented to you mixed with the fun part of the gameplay, which is just very hectic run and gun shooting, although I made the mistake of jumping into... There's an option for you to just play the strikes and the raids and the missions, and it just goes down a playlist, and you just jump into whatever game is available. Had a really good time playing that for like an hour or two. Now I'm going back and having to play those as part of the campaign. Motherfucker. Yeah, I'm just kind of stuck here going, yeah, I did that like half an hour ago, and it was more fun then. It was a bit of a mess then, but now I'm playing it as a campaign. It's still a complete mess. And I still feel bad that I keep dying at the same point over and over and over again. I haven't learned from my mistakes. I realised that the first time I played it, I was relying on someone else to fix it for me with a shotgun blast. Yeah. I found there's a couple ways that the enemies go down: repeated shots to the face, or just shotgun repeatedly. It's the only
most enemies in any game cannot stand a shotgun blast to anything.
Yeah. It seems to be the kind of payoff of, yeah, you have no range with this weapon, but everything that it touches is going to go down.
But in Destiny, there is a shotgun that doubles as a sniper rifle. It has a scope and an extended barrel, so it's got double the range of a normal shotgun, which isn't really that good, but still, you can essentially snipe with a shotgun.
Gonna have to hunt that one then.
Yep. Can't remember the name of it, but it was on Death Battle's top 10 shotguns in video games.
Right.
It was like the Doom Super Shotgun was in there, Sledge's shotgun from Borderlands 2 was in there.
Sledge's shotgun's pretty damn good.
And the automatic shotgun from Wolfenstein, that was in there as well.
Right. I'm guessing the Call of Duty AA-12.
Yeah, the AA-12 that I'll look in, but I hate that fucking bit.
It's so good.
If you're using it, it's amazing, but if it's getting used against you, you hate it.
Oh yeah.
But then again, whenever I see the AA-12, I just think of Expendables 2.
Yeah.
With Terry Crews just running in with 2 of them, or was it 2 of them, or we just had one and he was shooting anything that moved?
It was one of them. He just had one and decided to just level an entire corridor full of bad guys. And, he did his patriotic duty as a mercenary and won that war for them, I guess. I forget what the Expendable movies are. I need to rewatch those.
I forget that there was a story to these movies. I thought it was people beating the living shit out of other people and looking badass doing it.
And then just making a nice little one-liner referencing their entire career.
Yeah.
Or Chuck Norris showing up in the third one just to make Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah.
That was kind of terrifying.
It was just there's just mercenaries descending from every walk of this, or every like street, doorway, whatever. And then Chuck Norris just comes in with a gun that he even says is half empty. He manages to kill about 40 of them.
Yep.
And he leaves, I shit you not, to give them a chance.
What was his name? Lone Wolf or something?
Yeah,
like
Lone
that?
Wolf they call him.
Yeah. You're the Lone Wolf, and he's like, yeah. Then he does like a Chuck Norris joke. Yeah. he does the snake one, like a snake bit Chuck Norris 3 days later. After 3 days of writhing in agony, he died in the ground or something like that. He does that, and then you're like, huh.
It's so on the nose. You'd think it would be cheesy and unfunny, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah, you'll give it that one last pass of a Chuck Norris joke, just because it's Chuck Norris saying it. And I think, speaking of comedians, we can kind of force the information out that that's another season of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. A lot of people really pick up on the individual segments that he puts out on YouTube, where he'll take the main argument of the day and put it up on YouTube for people to watch. It's a good segment normally. He does a lot of coverage of the Justice Department in America, which when you look at it can get really, really nasty really quickly. Stuff all about the bailing conditions of what, like, you know, when people get out, how much does it cost, what happens to them, what happens if you can't pay, which is quite a big one in America, because they don't, I mean, even the stuff like, you know, when you hear that line in TV shows, if you cannot afford a lawyer to represent you, one will be provided for you by the state at no cost. Not entirely true. And he took a look into that and what it actually means. And that's his show for another season, coming back in February, I think. So that hopefully do another 30 episode run, because I really, really enjoy that show.
Yeah, John Oliver was one of those comedians that never really took off over here. I mean, he'd done the circuit, he'd done like the Comedy Store, he'd done Live at the Apollo. He even hosted Live at the Apollo once, I think.
He was on Mock the Week as well.
Yeah, he was very, very funny on Mock the Week, but he never really took off over here. When he went to America, when he went over to America, he took off majorly. People have just taken his more acidic style of comedy.
Yeah, and his big exposure was obviously in The Daily Show. Yeah. And we also have the news that Jon Stewart is going to be doing small video segments for HBO Go.
That is the mobile version of HBO.
I think so. It's like their kind of app on demand. They've had various services that are part of other services. I think this is them now saying, here is our HBO product as we want to deliver it to you, featuring 5-minute rants by Jon Stewart. And you're like, awesome, I can deal with that.
I'd pay the $9 or $10, however much they want for that service, just to hear Jon Stewart just show up and go, this fucking thing.
Yeah. And I was getting worried because I was looking at the American politics lineup. I was kind of hoping that Donald Trump would be out of it by now. And he just kind of keeps going. And I want the joke to end. Please, the punchline's not funny anymore.
Just Donald Trump, if he could just disappear for a while, that'd be great. All the weird
I'm sure he's listening.
Probably. Donald Trump, sort your shit out, mate. Like, you're essentially America's weird granddad that thinks he knows everything. He's just going to say, these people deserve it. ISIS, blah, 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 rubble, rubble, rubble.
What's really strange is
someone take his mobile off him because he's clearly tweeting shit that he's not meant to be tweeting.
Yeah. The worst thing is that the footage is arriving of, somebody yelled Black Lives Matter, referencing the outbreak of violence about the Ferguson shootings, and there was a guy in New York who was choked out by the police and died on the scene because just they couldn't resuscitate him, or medics didn't resuscitate him. Whichever way you look at it, I think it's still going through prosecution, so we won't comment one way or the other. But they were talking about the fact that the guy yells Black Lives Matter and then just gets the shit kicked out of him by Donald Trump's audience. Well, he goes, yeah, get him out of here. And you're like, they're not getting him out of here, they're just pummeling him on the ground.
Just beating the living shit out.
Please don't get involved anymore. Apparently it's not the first time it's happened, so there's now people combing through Trump rallies for allegations of violence, or Trump supporters actively going out and pursuing ethnic groups now. But they'll probably find information about it.
Yeah, fairly so. Just whenever you see Donald Trump wading in on issues that he really shouldn't be wading in on, like the very, very tragic Paris attacks, he made a very horrible comment on that.
He's made hundreds of horrible comments about every tragic event.
And there's people that were voting him in, are going to vote him in as president. It boggles the mind. I'd rather see Barack Obama do his best, worst effort again this year than see Donald Trump do his absolute best.
Yeah, well, Obama can't get in again, so
it falls to all his tickets.
It falls to the weirdly quiet Democratic Party candidates, but
then again, given how loud Trump is, no one is going to be, everyone's quiet. No one's going to be as loud as Trump.
Well, speaking of people that might like Donald Trump, Fox News casters are getting threats after making Star Wars jokes.
As they should. No one goes against the Star Wars.
The quote itself is rather funny, and something that someone who, if they were a joking kind of nerdy comedian, would make joke about in a weird way, and they'd get away with it. But because this is someone from the outside looking in, it seems that the internet has turned it against this person, which they really shouldn't have done. I don't know what she's being threatened with, but the quote itself is just, you could just say, oh, shut up, and go sit in your corner. Yeah. She said,
you don't understand, Mum.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
I have never had any interest in watching space nerds poke each other with their little space nerd sticks, and I'm not going to start now. This is Catherine Timpf from Fox News, just speaking her mind on a subject and then receiving threats.
Yeah.
Well done, nerddom. We really are, earning our place at the top of the dog pile at this point, because nerd cultures kind of keep climbing up the kind of social ladder.
Yeah. It's
not as weird to say you're a nerd or a geek anymore. And then shit like this happens, and you think, are we ready for the big time?
Are we ready to step fully into focus?
Yeah.
I don't think we are. Nerds are too quick to hit that panic button. If I say to you, dude, you're wearing a Machine Head t-shirt right now, I said, dude, Machine Head fucking sucks. You just be like, yeah, you don't like Machine Head. Fair enough. But if you were a nerd and I said, dude, Warhammer sucks, you'd be like, dude, you will burn in a hellfire. The Lord God Emperor will kill you.
Warhammer doesn't suck. It's totally awesome, and I'm not paying more than I should for these models. Go fuck yourself, sir.
I would get into Warhammer again if I had several £1,000 to spare.
Yeah.
Because I want to rebuild my Grey Knights army, but they're expensive.
The Grey Knight models are really, really good.
Yeah.
You'd be really annoyed if you started sitting down, because you'd buy one box and I could have a box of Terminators, right? Yeah. 3 days later, just covered in plastic, going, I don't know what happened to me and I want help, but I don't know how to ask for it.
So Warhammer support group, I need help.
I wonder if there's a Warhammer support group. I'm sure I can go and find one. Next episode in Gibberpish, we will expose the truth behind Warhammer support groups. Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah. Even if we have to go undercover, we'll get like a GoPro installed.
I'm pretty sure I can pass for someone within a Warhammer addiction right now. Not gonna lie. The desk to my left, currently covered in pieces of resin and plastic. I had to hoover up the sheer volume of resin dust. Literally building
Just walk in with your Titans. Just go, I bought 3 of these within a week. I need help.
Help me, please, because I'm looking at other Titans and thinking they might look good next to my current Titans, and I need help.
I have £1 left in my bank account. Help me.
I built myself a dreadnought and was just firing away with the drill, and there was a point where I was, it's like almost midnight. I should stop, blowing resin dust and super glue into the air, because I can feel myself getting high as shit. You can feel, like, we did the 24-hour gaming thing, and I had to drink about 2 or 3 cans of Monster to get through it, and I didn't feel that much, but I swear, just super glue, tiny little whiff of super glue in the room that you're standing in, you'll be awake for like 6 hours after that. Don't sniff super glue though. That's an actual addictive substance that you can have.
Disclaimer: do not fucking sniff super glue.
Don't half glue it. I fucking swear I'm not getting in trouble for that one. That's on you, motherfuckers.
And no one say, "Oh, Gibberpish told me to sniff glue." We did not tell you to sniff glue. We told you not to sniff glue.
Until we put it on a t-shirt, and then in that case, we definitely told you and everyone reading the t-shirt to sniff glue. But yeah, one little kind of whiff of that kind of super glue solvent in the air, and I'm just like awake for 4 hours, and I'm left sitting there thinking about how cool it was to make that one model and how I should make like about 40 others. I'm pretty sure that's how they get you hooked. I might need to hobby in a different room from the one I sleep in. Might be a good idea.
Yeah, just go outside and build like a hut or something. Just work away in that.
Mom, I'm having fun time in my hobby hut. Son, is that masturbating?
No, I'm building models, I swear.
Is that anal beads? No, Mom.
God, Mom, it's so embarrassing.
This is embarrassing. Please stop.
That segment took a dark turn.
Not dark, just weird.
Yeah, very weird turn. Then again, that's what we at Gibberpish are all about. Weird turns.
It's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen, because Dom's drinking again.
Yes, I am drinking again. The world is beating me down.
Yay, we win.
I've had the busiest fucking week at college. I've had assessments to do. We've got a class trip coming up that I have to sort out because the lecturers are taking nothing to do with it. Because they contacted me directly. They just went, well, they got in touch with you. I didn't get fucking anything to do with it.
Ah, I see. The old your name's on it. You're dealing with it.
A lecturer also said to me, "Is my name Dom Anderson? Your name's Dom Anderson. That sounds like a you problem."
your lecturer sounds awesome. Can I go get drinks with that guy?
She is pretty awesome.
Very interesting. Please go on with a phone number specifically.
I'm not going to say her name, but yeah,
she got you good. She
fucking got me. I was just thinking, if you were like 20 years younger, I'd take you out for a few Jack Daniels and hope you dance.
Yeah, because this episode is not sponsored by Jack Daniels, but it's definitely influenced by it. So yeah, we're going to do Japan versus America. I think we should quickly mention in sports that New Zealand lost a rugby legend.
Yeah, they sadly lost the great Jonah Lumu, who was there 11, so I think that might be in winger. But given the size of him, you'd think he was in the forwards pack. He was huge.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying to watch this guy just decide he was going to go places and he was going to go there through your team.
Yeah, if you were his opposite number and you were lined up opposite to him or parallel to him, you'd shit yourself, because wingers tend to be your smaller, skinnier, lighter, quicker guys.
Yeah.
Then you have Jonah Lumu, who was about 6 foot tall and about 3 feet wide. He was a big motherfucker. You see him running at you, you had two options. Put everything you had into that tackle or get out of the way, because either way, you're going on the ground.
I think it might have been him he terrified the English team by just hammering through defenders that he should not have gotten through.
Yeah.
He broke into world fame after just destroying entire defensive lines. He would just find a gap. If there wasn't a gap, he'd make one. And he will be sadly missed at only about 40 something.
He was only 40. It was due to... He had kidney problems. He had a kidney transplant in early 2011.
Oh, and it was a case of...
It rejected
it, and then they fixed it, and they said, look, your kidney's back in place, but it's only a matter of time before it rejects the kidney again.
Yeah.
So...
And then due to complications there, he sadly passed on. But he was... One thing in rugby that should never happen, a back should never be able to successfully take on more than one forward. Jonah Lumu was cutting through like the entire 8-man forwards pack, just himself, either going round them or going through them. Because for a big, like I said, a big guy, he should not be able to step as well as he did. He was cutting out entire teams and going round them.
So yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's inspired an entire generation of people from New Zealand.
Thousands of players across the globe.
And subsequently, due to inspiring New Zealand, has forced everyone else to step their game up and just go for being a big guy with quick moves, excellent ball control, and a leader from the front.
So, I would definitely say he kind of inspired this new way of the new way of playing, where no player should be sought out from the start as being right. He's a skinny guy, he's going to be a winger, or you see a big guy, automatically think he's going to be a forward. This kind of unified rugby in general, because it made everyone relatively the same.
Why not have everyone be big and strong and powerful and quick and good on their feet and technically able? And
it brought this new level of physicality to rugby, just having everyone physically built the same, but they can play a multitude of different positions. And Jonah Lumu, his skill speaks volumes about that. He invented the offload, where you get tackled and instead of going taking the ball to deck, he invented the round the player offload. So instead of taking the ball back and letting the scrum half play with it, you essentially extend yourself over the person who's tackling you and pop it over your shoulder.
And that keeps so much momentum going in a play.
Yeah, and New Zealand have used that effectively since its creation to just keep the ball going. You will rarely see New Zealand take the ball to deck. It's just constant recycling of the ball. And they have Jonah Lumu to thank for that. And just going forward to New Zealand, they're definitely going to miss even having his off-pitch presence. Because obviously he doesn't play rugby. He didn't play rugby for 5 years before the incident. He retired at about 33, 35.
Yeah. But
he was still a huge ambassador for rugby. And he will sorely be missed by just the game in general. I'm not even going to say he's going to be missed by New Zealand, because that goes without saying. But he's just going to be missed by the game of rugby as a whole. Because he was such an advocate for rugby. He was always preaching about the good parts of rugby, and even though you're going out and getting your nose broken every week, you're going to build a positive relationship with the guy who broke your nose, and you're going to go for a beer or something afterward, and you're going to build a good working relationship with opposite teams. It's just all these things that he put forward for us. It's good life lessons for anyone playing rugby, or even anyone in general to take on board.
Yeah, and it's terrifying to think that now we face rugby without him, but with his stamp firmly in place on the game, that now we move forward, learning lessons we've learned from him and from his contribution, and we just see where the next evolution is. And yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
It's a weird sports corner. I have the idea that it's a death, but it's a very, very kind of solemn moment. And in typical rugby fashion, the community behind it handled it so well, just kind of mutual respect all across the board.
Yeah, there was not a single person like Jonah Lumu. Oh man, I'm so glad he's gone. Not a single person said that. even people that got well and truly hammered by New Zealand in past games went, Jonah Lomu, true legend of the game, rest in peace. Now we go from a true legend of the game to a true brat of the game.
Okay, I didn't see this one coming.
It's something that I recently picked up on. Obviously, England got knocked out fairly early in the Rugby World Cup. They didn't even make it out of their pool because they had the pool groups where 4 teams played against each other, and then from the pool they went to the quarterfinals and the semi-finals and the finals. England did not make it out of the pool stage, and this led to a player by the name of Sam Burgess. He's an okay player. He's a bit arrogant, but then again, most backs kind of need to be a bit arrogant. They need to be a bit cocky. He took this as a sign that he needs to go back to rugby league instead of rugby union. So he left England, he left Bath, his Premiership side, to go and play for a team called...
It's effectively like a league team.
Yeah.
As opposed to a national team. I don't know how well it'll translate based on different sports.
Yeah. Essentially the same. It's his Premiership side, and from his Premiership side, that allows him to then get a call up to the international squad.
Yeah.
So he's terminated his contract with England Rugby.
Which is a big one.
And he's terminated his contract with Bath Rugby, who are one of the best rugby teams in England, to go and play rugby league with the rest of his brothers in Australia for a team called the Rabbitohs. And his contract has been denied. And I cannot help but laugh at this little fucker because he was so arrogant. I was rugby union's just not working out for me. I'm not having a good time with it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to play rugby league. I'm going to reconnect with my brothers over in Australia. Because there's 2 other Burgess brothers and they both play for the Rabbitohs as well. I'm going to reconnect with my brothers over there. I'm going to get back to my rugby league roots. And he went back over there, and within days of him going over to Australia, the Rabbitohs said, we're not taking him. Take him back to Bath. We don't fucking want him. The guy's bad news.
Fucking awesome.
I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, you wee England bastard.
I quite like the sound of that, just randomly just going, hey, you're a prick, fuck off.
Go back to Bath. I just realised he said he terminated his England contract. He can't really. If he gets an England call, he still has to play for England because he's English. But yeah, he terminated his contract with Bath Rugby, tried to go over to the Rabbitohs. They didn't want him, so he's kind of in this weird limbo state of he can play rugby league, or he can play rugby union, or he can just retire.
I love to hear that the England team are setting up a squad for the next couple games or something like that, and he's like, well, I'm going to get a call up, I should probably do my duty by my country, and then they go, oh, we don't want you either. Like, he just keeps getting knocked back by every team. That'd be great.
And then we see him 5 weeks later showing up at the England game. He's just lost all of that rugby muscle. He's just fat as fuck. Like he's eating a Toblerone and drinking a beer. This is what happened to me. Fuck you, Rob Shaw. Although there's been some major upsets in the England team. They've lost their head coach, and there's a new head coach coming in, and they've dropped their current captain, Chris Robshaw. Okay. Then again, that was always going to happen given how quickly they got knocked out of the World Cup.
Yeah.
That was always going to be in the cards.
It seems that whenever an English team loses at anything, this includes soccer as well as rugby, is that they will just pick the top heads that they can find and just let them roll. Like everyone who's involved in management decisions about teams, about training, about anything like that, gone.
Yeah.
Instantly. I mean, like how many? We went through like about 6 England managers in the course of like a couple of years.
Yeah. And it was all because England weren't really going anywhere in their football.
Yeah, they didn't do well in the European leagues, they didn't do well in the World Cup either, and they just said, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. They just kept snapping fingers and taking heads off.
Although the thing with Chris Robshaw is he did make some really, really shitty decisions. The main one, probably the most famous one during the Rugby World Cup, was they were on the try line, like metres away from the try line. In essence, they could have just kept going and got the try. They could have just kept punching holes in the defence and got the try. But in doing so, they got a penalty because I can't remember who they were playing. It might have been Wales, but Wales went over the ruck and went straight off their feet, and that's an instant penalty because you're not supporting your own body weight. You're just killing the ball.
Right.
So the penalty went to England. The options were penalty kick and go for the 3 points from the conversion, or they could keep going and go for the try. Chris Robshaw thought, right, we're right under the post. We've got a good kicker. We could go for the points. No, I'm going to go for the try. So he tried to keep punching through the defence and get the try. At which point Wales turned over the ball and scored the quickest try I've ever seen.
Right.
And I think that's what kind of led the kind of heads of England rugby to go, yeah, if that's his decision making, we want fucking shot at him. We want absolutely rid of him. At which point I think Greg Laidlaw and all the guys from Scotland rugby were just sitting there going, oh, Rob Shaw, you're funny.
Yeah. If we're still doing sports, I just want to give a quick mention of the Carolina Panthers, who are currently running 11-0, which is 11 wins, 0 losses this year.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's a good KD ratio.
There are 16 games left. We are top of the NFC South, which is just one of the divisions. We recently beat the Dallas Cowboys. Not surprising, because just Dallas Cowboys are really sucking a lot of dick right now. Just anything get their hands on, just and the Dallas Cowboys are currently suffering with quarterback problems related to Tony Romo, who was given like a multi-million contract, and then the next week injured his shoulder. And the Dallas Cowboys, like the guy who owns them, just went, I don't give a shit, and just kept paying Tony Romo $1 million salary just to stay on the team in the hopes that he'd get better, and it just has not recovered at all. So they beat them 33-14.
33-14. Gee.
I feel like getting a beating, but yeah, I'm looking at the NFC South right now. It's Panthers at 11-0-0, then the Falcons at 6-4-0, and then the Buccaneers at 5-5-0, and then Saints at 4-6-0. So there are 16 games in total. So we have 5 more games. We could lose all of them and still have a pretty good chance, because Falcons would have to win all their games. Probably not going to happen. Atlanta Falcons are really... I saw that game come up early in the year because I've got friends in Georgia, and obviously one who's based in Atlanta. So obviously I was giving them some shit at the start of the year when it was my team versus his team, and we win. So good day. And they were really our only competition. But seeing that they've racked up a couple of losses and are currently on a losing streak, so 3 losses in a row, pretty damn good. So we gave them a loss at the start of the year, and then they've lost 3 times in a row. So we just need to really win one more game, and we're through to the championships, or the kind of knockout stages. So pretty happy about that.
It's always good when your like the team that you support plays the team that your mate supports. I always love seeing games like that, because I'm a stalwart Glasgow Warriors fan.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else that I know that's not in my immediate family supports Edinburgh. So we always have a thing called the 1872 Cup, which is in every league. Glasgow play Edinburgh, then 2 weeks later Edinburgh play Glasgow at their home stadium. So Glasgow get the first game through at their stadium in Scotstoun. Then it'll be Edinburgh host them at Murrayfield. And the Murrayfield game is always a good game for a Glasgow fan, because we usually win. And just watching all these people go, fucking again we lose, and me as a Glasgow fan just sticking the fingers up and just going, we win again, you pricks.
Zoidberg at the stadium, just the fingers up.
I can't really go against Edinburgh Rugby right now, because as you know, I play for Trust Rugby International, the kind of mixed ability rugby team.
Right.
We have now been recognised as Edinburgh's one and only mixed ability rugby team, and we're getting a whole stash of kit from Edinburgh Rugby.
Nice. So
I can't really go up and say, fuck you. Oh shit, I'm wearing an Edinburgh Rugby badge, because that's the playing kit we're going to get to use for games. So I'll essentially be playing in the jersey that Ross Ford played in 2 seasons ago. For those of you who don't know, Ross Ford's quite a big key player in Edinburgh's forward pack.
Right.
I'll be essentially wearing his jersey onto the pitch. So
really good of them to do that.
Yeah, it's absolutely outstanding. But it's at the same point, I might not be allowed back into my house. If I show up wearing an Edinburgh Rugby hoodie, my dad will just turn me away in the door. Is that a Glasgow hoodie? Nope, out you go.
Just electric tape over the Edinburgh badge and just keep walking.
Like every photo I will have my hand over the Edinburgh badge just to kind of leave the Macron logo visible. Just, nope, this is not an Edinburgh Rugby hoodie. It's just a red hoodie that looks like it should have Edinburgh on it. Just cover the badge on the trackies as well, because they're giving us a whole lot of shit. They're giving us like a travelling top, a hoodie, a pair of tracky bottoms, like the game shorts, socks, the whole shebang, and they're all doing it for free.
Damn, charitable donations be pretty damn charitable.
Yeah, it's all because we kept nipping away at the kit coach, or the kit supplier for Edinburgh, and just went, look, fine, we have this spare kit, we're more than willing for you to have. I was like, sweet, we'll take it.
I wanted to talk about the weirdest thing I saw from England, which is annoying because it means it can't be Japan versus America. So we'll do this and then we'll quickly get on to Japan versus America.
Okay.
And it was a bus station in England covered in blood. Like there's bloody writing, like as in someone has cut themselves and then just dipped their finger in and just scribbled weird, creepy notes about being in love with a woman and how he can't go on in this weirdly sobering world without her. Like terrifying. Like there's like 6 walls of this shit. Like there's each one's like a little stanza and a twisted fucking poem, and then it's just like, I can't go on without you. I miss the way you smell. And I'm like, bitch, lock your doors. In fact, get those locks changed because he probably made a key.
Yeah, just move house.
Just move, run as far and as fast as possible.
Clearly not going to stop until he has either a lock of your hair or he's cut off a piece of your skin to remember you by.
It's going to be your face. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie.
He's going to wear your face.
I saw this pop up on
I think even like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs would go, mate, fucking hell.
Steady on, son.
Easy, pal. I just wanted them to put the lotion in the basket. You want a face.
You're coming on a wee bit strong there, man. Yeah, just terrifying. Sorry about someone in England. Just it's a real shame because you see the guy who's got to clean it up, and he just looks like he's fed up. Like he's like this was bad, but there's something worse in his day that he's had to deal with. Oh yeah. So after I've done wiping this bloodstained My Chemical Romance lyrics off the fucking wall, I'm gonna have to go and deal with someone shitting in a urinal. So just that type of horrible look on his face of just, I'm fed up. I'll be honest with you. I didn't sign up for this shit.
I've had to clean up shitty urinals all day. Now I've got to go and wipe this off the wall. Look, fuck it, I quit. Resignation, motherfucker.
Someone else take the squeegee. I can't give a shit anymore.
Just like he throws his mop at the next available guy walking down the street. Fuck it, you deal with this shit.
And that guy walks in and goes, deal with what? Oh snap.
Who's Betty and why do you want her hair?
Why do you miss her smell every morning? Ew.
Why do you want to wear a face like a mask so you know what it's like to be her? Fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, I think that guy quits instantly.
I'd quit on the spot and just, imagine you get the phone call to go and clean it up. It's like, hey, Steve, there's been a wee bit of an incident at the bus station. Can you go and clean it up? I'll give you time and a half. Don't worry about it. You will need time and a half for this. I was like, oh, brilliant. I'm getting time and a half for this. Walks into the bus station. Fuck this.
The whole wall just covered in blood. Nah.
No, absolutely not. Not worth this. I'm going home to see my wife and children.
Go home, give them a hug. Yeah.
Enter the panic room and not leave for several days.
Oh yeah, I just could not believe it when I saw just the sheer volume of crap that was on those walls. I don't know how that person can get woozy. Like it must have been like bled into a jar, and he's then used that like with a paintbrush or something. He dipped his finger in a jar of his own blood and just. You couldn't do this live. Is what I'm trying to get.
He
to.
must have given blood, then asked for the blood back. He's like, oh, see that pint I just gave you? Mind if I get that back? I got an installation to do.
I just fucking mind-boggling shit you find on Reddit. I'd recommend Reddit for anyone with a boring half an hour there to spare. Just pop it up, but don't stay on Reddit for too long because you'll end up just browsing random shit and not having the time. But if you pop on first thing in the morning or after you come home from work, perfect, because it'll give them 24 hours, and the way it works is that you upvote and the algorithms place whatever's got like the kind of, it's basically like a trending thing. So if something's doing really well, everything pops up at the top. So just give it 24 hours to refresh, do the same garbage, and then up top is the good stuff that you want to see. Like someone writing, I miss you, Betty, on the fucking walls of blood. I'm sending you a link to that because it's fucking terrifying.
I'd like to see, even if they've just got a photo of the actual writing itself, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. You'll get it and go, oh, you know what, maybe my teenager years weren't so bad.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't so bad. Then again, I'd like to see the comment of one person going, like, this may be morbid, but his calligraphy is outstanding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His form of writing is absolutely outstanding.
Oh, no, this is fucking finger painting.
Right.
It's finger painting because, it's blood, but at the same time, if someone had taken the time to
do it in, like, weird gothic text, it's just like, wow, this is beautiful.
Someone did this with, like, a brush and just kind of swirling loops and S's and...
Yeah, but then the wee guy that was coming to clean it up would be like, right, mate, you've got 10 minutes left, finish your wee wall, then fuck off. I was like, this is art. Betty will see this and she will have no choice but to give me her face.
You're obsessed with the face and I like it. Yeah.
That's my way into this thing.
Yeah, I imagine he has to be going for something. The face. It must be the face.
You must want her face.
And I'm going to just breach this subject. It's something I've been meaning to bring up for like kind of housekeeping for a while. A couple episodes back, we recommended the Harmontown podcast.
Oh yeah. Slight disclaimer on that.
Slight whoops on that. The episode aired on like Monday for us, I think. That was our episode. Came up with the recommendation. Like on Wednesday, the episode of Harmontown dropped where he announced his divorce. He's getting divorced from his wife Erin McGathy after a year, or after less than a year, about 11 months or so. And just they said call it quits. Said it was better for them to call it quits than just try and ride this thing too long, drive it in the dirt. They made a pretty grown-up decision. Something you may have to face at some point in your life, and I think they did it well. Unfortunately, the episodes of Harmontown following that have been rather insane. Let's say.
From what you've shown me, I mean, it was you that sent me the image of the guy, of Dan Harmon himself, just with someone taking his trousers down, or either someone trying to pull his trousers back on after he just de-pants himself on stage.
No, that was the start of the just weirdest segment I've ever heard on the podcast, where they did a show in New York. They did 2 shows in New York, one day after the other. The first episode, they had a friend on the show, Dino, who has been in Dan Harmon's community. He's written a lot of stuff with Dan Harmon as well. They're good friends. And Dino shares personal information freely in the podcast. He's polyamorous, bisexual. He lives his life the way he wants to live it. So no problem at all with that. Whatever. And then through various points of the show, he reveals more and more details about a threesome he wants to have with 2 women.
You just reminded me of a segment that I'm going to get to later, but we'll continue.
Threesomes you're going to have with women?
No, the bit before that, like equality and like how you can be comfortable with your life. I don't know how that reminded me of what I'm going to talk about later, but it reminded me of something.
The ultimate You Do You segment featuring Dom Anderson. Yeah. He shares various details, and it's interesting. It's a look into the mind of someone who enjoys this type of thing. They then have a woman named Jane come up. Jane's a transsexual woman who makes this interesting moonshine. Apparently very good. She's a very good spokesperson for the LGBT community, especially people who don't understand the issue. She's like 50 years old, going through a transition now that she's had her sons, had her family life as a man, and is now transitioning into a woman, and is very, very eloquent, fantastic spokesperson for the LGBT community. And then Dan goes like off the fucking deep end, and that shot of him that I sent you, was just him standing in with his pants around his ankles but with his boxer shorts on, gets trumped by the image popped up on the subreddit for Harmontown, where it's literally just like the boxers are as low as they can go without revealing the tip of his dick. Fucking horrifying. And the episodes have been going just nuts since then, and it's just been kind of crazy. I understand why. He's going through a divorce, huge changes in his life, a lot of issues, a lot of pain, a lot of things you want to discuss, and it's obviously coming out in performances. But at the same time, looking at it going, holy crap, we recommended this as being a great source of comedy and intellectual entertainment. Fuck!
Yeah, we dropped the ball on that one. I'd like to think at least someone on Dan Harmon's his producing team just went, mate, you maybe want to stop doing the podcast for a while. Just get your personal life in order. Get your house in order before you keep doing this shit again.
I don't know if he can stop. I mean, I don't want to just speculate on someone's mental.
Yeah, I suppose if he's getting paid to do the podcast, people are buying tickets.
It's his thing. He does a live show. Yes, the live show is a cost, but it's mostly to cover the cost of
travel and
setting it up and stuff. And people who want to see it, and it's fine, but he is a very creative person. He finds the podcast a form of therapy. I find podcasting very cathartic. I get to talk about this shit otherwise.
Yeah, I find it as a kind of way to release aggression, because I swear up a fucking storm on this show. That stops me from shouting at other people at college.
I swear less on this show than I do in real life.
No, it's the opposite. I don't swear halfway near as much as I do in the real world as I do on the show.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah. But yeah.
That's fucking good for me.
I've been watching the show for ages and just getting kind of worried, and just eventually saying, you know what, he's a grown up, he can do his own thing, and just kind of stand by and leave it. And I just felt like we should mention the fact that we acknowledge the show that we recommended has changed somewhat from the previous format that we enjoyed.
It's not the happy-go-lucky guy you remember anymore.
I still find it entertaining, but kind of like watching a clown car plough into a train wreck.
Yeah.
Rather than just, isn't it funny that there's a clown car rolling around the town? Which is kind of what it was before. But yeah, episodes have become stressed. You can see it's affecting him, and we recommended it. Whoops, you can't win them all, I guess. I
mean, if you still want to watch it, go ahead, but I don't think we could recommend it. Not the way it's going now.
Get ready for a new type of show, really, is what we're going to say. So that's housekeeping kind of done. Also, we kind of want to point out that we are recording later just due to scheduling, if interests and stuff. So
I sat down till the back at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That was pretty much the
I had more to do with the weekly scale. Yeah. You sleeping until 2, while impressive, is not the point of what I'm trying to make.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking late.
Yeah.
I needed some goddamn sleep.
Our goal is still to do 1 episode a week.
Yeah.
We'll see how things change. Things will change again. I'm absolutely sure of that. But yeah, we'll take a look at when and how we record and stuff like that. We'll try and get a schedule down, but at the same time, do we really need a schedule as long as we put out 1 episode a week?
Yeah.
Probably not.
We'll still definitely put out 1 episode a week. When that episode is, that'll be the kind of thing that's in flux.
That's why you should subscribe to us on iTunes.
Yep.
Yeah. Just look for Gibberpish. I promise you will find no one else there.
Yes, we are the only people to take that moniker.
For some reason, I don't know why. Are you ready for Japan versus America?
I am, but I'm not that well prepared. I've had to sub in Japan for China.
Alright. That's fine. Japan's letting you down.
Japan's let me down again. All they have is weird Halloween stories with children walking about with weird, cute Cyclops masks.
You could have went with that. You
Yeah, but that's it. That's all it is. It's just, here's this kid's Halloween costume. It's just a Cyclops mask with a huge anime eye, like a little fang sticking out, and big blonde bangs.
Interesting.
That's a Halloween costume. That's all I got.
You remember the Simpsons episode where it turns out it's a Treehouse of Horror where Maggie is not Homer's kid. It's either Kang or Kodos.
Yeah.
And it's the baby with they kind of she pops out a tooth and it's like a giant fang in the middle of her mouth. That's what I just got the mental image of.
Pretty much is. Same thing.
So I'm ready with my story, which actually involves kids. Or involves a kid.
Mine could involve kids, but it would more lead to childhood obesity.
Awesome. You start then.
Okay, in China, their McDonald's are kind of weird. They make burgers, but they coat the burgers in this weird licorice, so the whole thing is black. It looks pretty metal. And so, in an effort to one-up their American competitors or their American cousins, they have taken the 20 nugget share box and turned that into a 48 nugget share bucket.
Why are people sharing that? Which is just awesome.
It costs the equivalent to £10 or I think $10. It's like £7 or something like that.
Oh,
and you can get 48 nuggets for £7. That's pretty damn good. I'd like to see the one guy that's just trying to eat it himself, just tanking away at it all.
Well, I could do 48 chicken nuggets.
Yeah, if I had a drink, just not like a fizzy juice or something like a Dr Pepper or a Cola or something. If I had a big glass of water, just every so often to kind of lubricate the throat a bit and make it easier to
Are we talking because it doesn't matter for me. But do you reckon you'd have to set this as snack food, so you just have it and you just take a bit when you want a bit?
Oh, if it was snack food, I could pancake it easily.
Oh yeah.
But if I had someone say, right, finish this, I'd have to...
Yeah, sit down, you get your bottle of whatever you want in question right next to you, go for it. Don't stop until you finish.
Yeah, I think I could do that. But it would take me about, I don't know, say maybe an hour, just to get through them all.
Say in a half hour.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more, but I'd reckon a half hour I could probably knock down that many chicken nuggets.
If we have any Chinese followers, send us a bucket of chicken nuggets.
We can just go get our own.
Yeah, we could just buy like 2 20-share boxes.
Yeah, or we could get one.
8-piece.
We could do this. We could start our own YouTube channel, and it's just us having a race to 48 chicken nuggets.
Probably profusely vomiting halfway through. Like, oh god, why did I eat 48 McDonald's chicken nuggets?
Hey, it's Thanksgiving in America right now. I bet you there has been a hot dog eating contest within the last 24 hours that resulted in someone vomiting. I know it's typically reserved for the 4th of July, but I'm willing to bet that America's had a hot dog eating contest in the last 24 hours.
I was looking up weird feats of American just humanity, and there was a very very skinny little almost model-like girl, very attractive girl, and she beat 4 or 5 very very seasoned eaters in a hot dog contest.
Oh yeah,
one after the other down them. And I was just watching it. Obviously they're not huge big fat guys, because there's a common misconception that if you want to be a world record eater, you need to be huge.
Yeah.
But no, because if you find that they're huge, they've got very small stomachs. Don't know how that works.
Well, you'd have all the fat compressing in the organs.
Pushing down the stomach. But then you see there's all these seasoned eaters, and there's just one skinny little girl. It's I hope I finish them all. And she's 85 hot dogs. He was raise your fucking game, son. Just giving the finger to all these seasoned eaters. Just little me just fucking want it all.
Yeah. So 48 pieces of damn for that cheap. It's the cheapness that gets me on that one.
Then again, McDonald's is very very cheap.
I bet not 48 pieces of chicken nuggets for £7. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If it was £7,
come over to Scotland at some point. Because somebody will be like, mate, get in about that now. 48 nuggets, get into me.
Well, one it's cheap, but my story, a little girl of 11 years old could not afford it because she was robbed of the $5 that were on her when she was going to a store. She was going to a kind of they just say a Dollar General, so Woolworths, or what used to be Woolworths.
See, if she was skipping with a balloon in one hand and the $5 in the other, I'm just going to throw myself out a window now. Yeah. Humanity has failed me for the last time.
So the 11-year-old girl was in Brooksville, Florida, when a woman and her boyfriend were accused of robbing the 11-year-old girl. And basically, she was walking out the store after buying some stuff, and the girl was told, "Give me all you have." The girl gave over the $5, which is all she had left. One of the people involved snatched the bill away from her and handed it to the other person, and then they ran away. You ran away from an 11-year-old girl that you just robbed. Interesting. The girl then phoned her dad on his cell phone, pretty normal, tell her what happened. and then we got the police involved as well. And she thought that the two people who did this to her ran away to a place called Truby Road. The deputies, the police, found the couple walking down Truby Road, and one of them had a glass pipe on him and a razor blade with electrical tape on one end that served as a makeshift handle. So basically, someone, because they tested the pipe and it had white like powder on it, it came back with methamphetamine. Meth heads with a fucking Stanley blade robbed an 11-year-old girl. What a bunch of cunts! Like, there's no other word for it. Just complete and utter pricks.
Complete and utter cunts.
Yeah, wow, just fucking mind blowing. So
In fact, the word thunder cunt might even be relevant there.
Yeah. So yeah, the one with the knife was charged with robbery, sudden snatching, like robbery bracket sudden snatching, possessing drug paraphernalia, and carrying a concealed weapon. And then the other one was just charged with the sudden snatching. And both are in jail. Well, hopefully they will get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah, in prison they don't fuck about. If you're in there for paedophilia, you get the shit kicked out of you. If you're in there for something as trivial as stealing $5 from a girl, everyone will kick the living crap out of you.
Like, I'm pretty sure those that if there's a pecking order in prison, those people might be bold pedophiles. I'm not gonna lie. There's a pretty good chance that they'll be allowed. You know, it was like, okay, you're a horrible person, but you can feel free to kick the shit out of this person who stole $5 from an 11-year-old girl. So yeah, I don't know who wins that. I don't think humanity wins either one of these.
No one wins.
On
one hand we have obesity, on the other hand we have just human indecency.
Yeah.
Stealing. If I had to say, I'd go for the more horrible story, I'd go for Florida. Who genuinely, in this day and age, sees a little girl like skipping along to the shop, going, I'm going to get me some sweeties, I'm going to get me a bottle of cola, and I'm going to sit and watch TV all night. Who then sees that and goes, you, give me that fucking $5 now, or I will kick your head in. You're letting me down, humanity. You're letting me down. Speaking of little to no faith in humanity, the story that I remembered earlier was we spoke about Linkle, the new character from Hyrule Warriors Legends.
Yes.
She has been accused, or the character itself has been accused of being transphobic by one Anita Sarkeesian, who feels the need to weigh in on fucking everything that she feels the need to.
Was this
saying that she is transphobic for the reason that she is just like a little sister version of Link? Why can't she just be Link? Why can't Link, who's an established character, all of a sudden be female? The whole little sister version of Link, or how she acts like a little sister version of Link, shows that gamers aren't ready for a new progressionist way of playing. They want their male characters to be the heroes, and they want the female characters to be little sub-characters that just help occasionally, and all this other shit.
Have we at any point see Link will fall down and see Link pick her up and say, it'll be okay?
We'll probably see that at some point.
If we have, she might have a point.
Yeah.
If not, fuck off. Because just fuck off.
Yeah.
It's one of the things. I'm sure we complained about this we talked about a review of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, okay, great. They got women involved. Where are the black people in London? It's like, fucking nowhere, because you wouldn't want to be a black person in 18th century London. You'd be referred to as boy. You know, just fuck off.
One person, someone should just take her mobile, like anything that she can get out on the internet, or take her PC, laptop, mobile, fucking tablet, iPod, whatever that she can connect to the internet on, take it off her, because Anita Sarkeesian has nothing relevant to
no, just smash it against the wall and say it's for your own good. Trust
me.
Look,
we're stopping you before you get ahead.
You're not helping the discussion in any way.
She genuinely quoted things like, Sakura from Street Fighter was pegged to be the female Ryu, that she was just some fangirl of Ryu who follows him about and mimics his fight style in every way. That's because that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to introduce Sakura as a little sister character to Ryu. They're not related in any way, shape or form. She just quite likes the way that Ryu fights.
How much have we seen of Linkle?
Not much. We've not even seen the fucking game.
I've seen a little bit of footage of her like running around in Hyrule Warriors, smashing things.
Like shooting things with a bow and doing weird cool like spin kicks.
Yeah, and just whooping ass like a character in Hyrule Warriors with a different moveset from another character in Hyrule Warriors.
And she can stop time. She has a little stopwatch that can fucking stop time. Link can't do that.
Awesome.
Fucking badass.
Yeah, but it just one of those things of people overreacting shit. Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw this up on Philip DeFranco show. They have tried to stop a yoga class because it is unethical.
Unethical yoga.
Try and guess why a free yoga class for college students is unethical.
Oh, you said college students, right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing there's going to be a fair amount of like teenage to mid-20s female ass in yoga pants.
No, nothing about that.
Alright.
Although there was a picture of the woman taking the class, and yes, that's a fair amount of 20-something ass in yoga pants. Yes, but no, nothing to do with
So it's not about
objectification of females.
It's not about that booty. You said it was free. Was the instructor taking money off the students for just right, it's free?
No, entirely free. Nothing to do with an investigation that the funds changing hands for a free class.
Was it like couples yoga? Was it like grab a partner and do weird moves and they're all just like boning each other?
No. Basically, what it comes down to is that when people talked about the yoga class, they praised the fact that it was free, highly accessible, and great for students of mixed ability, no ability within yoga classes. What they didn't like was the fact that yoga was appropriated from cultures that have been the victims of genocide. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Are you?
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there's no end to this fucking bullshit of just going, we don't like it because it offends us for some reason. I don't think anyone who... I mean, if you're going to complain about yoga being appropriated from cultures of genocide, you'd complain about it somewhere else than a free class for college students, right?
I mean, people were complaining about golf. See, like back in the day, golf was literally a sport where women could not play in any way, shape, or form. No one's bitching about fucking golf anymore. No one gives a shit about golf.
But it's more to do with the fact that if you look at world history, there are a lot of cultures that have been murdered, massacred, genocided, whatever. But no one complains about people taking that culture and using it in a modern day, like, reuse of it. I'm trying to think of another example, but I'm really struggling.
Genuinely, my thought is, who cares? Yoga's meant to be about enlightenment, not about remembering the fact that the guy who brought this over to the Western states might have had a few genocides under his belt.
It's nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that the cultures that practiced yoga originally have been the victims of genocide. But apparently it's not okay for us to practice that because we aren't acknowledging it. We're just kind of keeping with the day. I don't know what the problem is.
So if we change all the yoga moves to downward facing genocide and like tree genocide, would that incorporate the fact that would we then be remembering the fact that this has been the cultures that practice this have been the result of a genocide?
They've been victims of a genocide. And then we practice the same moves later on. What else does this ban? Does this ban, I mean, do we not get to do karate because the Sengoku Jidai happened and millions lost their lives there? Like, fuck off. This episode might be entitled fuck off.
Yeah, can we not practice kendo because it comes from samurai and they killed a few hundred children?
I have no fucking clue about why this is an issue.
This is going to lead to me having a huge rant on fucking nanny states and how people are too afraid to say the word normal anymore.
What's weird is that they actually, because of the way the politics of the university run, they have to cancel the course before reinstating it. It's kind of like when there was all the discussion of taking down the Southern Cross from places in South Carolina after the massacre of just people in a church.
Yeah.
A guy walked into a church, opened up with a 9mm in a church group and killed a lot of people. And there was a discussion about whether or not you can fly the Southern Cross flag when this is a flag that this guy idolised. It should be taken down. There was a big hubbub about that because the governor said, I'm going to take it down out of respect and then we'll deal with it when we come back. And people went, you can't do that because of reasons. Like, they have to take it down first and reinstate it later. Fuck knows why this is an issue that is even like, because, and the thing as well is that I don't know how many complaints are received, but it's just a thing of, we had this many complaints, we have to shut it down and we'll review it at a later date. Sorry to you, this person who comes as a professional yoga instructor and teaches classes at our school, because social justice warriors are not my favourite people.
Nah, quite frankly, they know fucked.
Yeah.
Then again, if I say go fuck yourself, social justice warriors, our Twitter inbox gets filled with messages like, you said something inappropriate. You said people are entitled to their opinion. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, just don't be a douche about it.
Yeah. It's a
official statement from Dom Anderson of the Gibberpish podcast. Don't be a douche about your opinion.
Yeah. It's just a weird situation. We've got to kind of tailor how we do things and just pick our words carefully and make sure we don't offend anyone who has very sensitive feelings.
Yeah. Like the word normal. What was wrong with the word normal? Like,
it implied that people weren't normal for being transgender, bisexual, transsexual, whatever. It was offensive to people.
Then we bring through retarded words like cisgendered, which basically means you were born a man, you feel like a man, you want to put your male parts in female parts, and you genuinely fancy women. You basically act in the capacity that men were meant to act in.
It's another word for the word normal.
Yeah. Why do we need more words to say the word normal?
And these were created by the people who very loudly yell that we should not be pigeonholing people, and yet you made a new word for normal.
Yeah, I've never heard of anyone being ableist as well. Like, saying, oh, people that are disabled, they can't do anything. It's only us able-bodied people that can do the thing. Like, I've never heard of anyone being ableist.
Apparently, this is something that you need to look at, not in the sense of directly confrontational, outrageous statements like that. It's more to do with the fact that you can be ableist in a subtle, malicious way, and that you would just, I don't know, like, I don't know if you've ever been in this situation where you've seen someone getting out of a car and they're not doing too well getting out of the car, maybe because they're a walking cane or they just can't move a leg that well. Do you step in? Do you help? Is that old school gentlemanry? Is that you being a dick? Is that you offending something? Like, I just don't know anymore, so I just don't bother.
I mean, holding the door open for women. Like, I got called a sexist pig doing that not too long ago because I dared to hold the door open for a woman.
As if she couldn't hold the door open herself, you idiot. Just fuck off.
Being chivalrous. Chivalry is not dead as long as I'm alive, damn it.
Yeah, I think we'll just shift off of social justice warriors
I will
to
have a heart attack if I keep talking this shit.
Something nerdy.
Yeah.
If only we had some kind of international, massive release of nerd-related movies or some kind of next step in an ongoing plotline of movies that just launched this week with maybe 23.1 million views on YouTube.
That many views are on it already. It's been up a day.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel Live YouTube channel is now hosting the Captain America Civil War trailer for the world premiere. Holy dick balls, 23 million views, me being one of them, Dom being maybe 10. I think I went back and
I watched it a few times.
Hit that refresh button and watched every little detail of it.
Like I said on Twitter, first trailer in a while to leave me speechless. Just what happened in it, some of the like slick little one-liners, the content in it, fucking Black Panther looking badass, outrunning Captain America by a clear several meters.
Dude's got a sprint.
Yeah. This is, and the thing about Black Panther is he is like unenhanced. That is just him, and he's outrunning Captain America, who's like super soldier, like, enhanced to the fucking tits.
Yeah.
And Black Panther's just like, oh, he's miles away. I can slow down from it.
Shit, I should probably wait for the guy with the shield to kind of back me up a little bit. I'll ease up a bit. But yeah, I watched it and embraced the just sheer awesome of it. Very dark, very gritty, very kind of deliberately obviously the trailer's Civil War. Very confrontational, very angry in a weird kind of good way of just kind of, we are going to have it out. And the kind of tension and anger between Iron Man and Captain America builds through like a 2-minute trailer, and then it just gets unleashed in the last like 10 seconds of just the fight against Iron Man, featuring Captain America and Bucky.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I was looking at that going, have you seen The Raid #1?
No, I haven't.
There's a 3-man fight there where 2 people are fighting one guy. I think this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe attempting that. Just that 2-on-1 fight of just the one guy can win it because he has something on his side. In the Raid's case, it's he's a martial art monster. He has been training with this brand new martial art style that he developed himself for years. He knows every move. He can defeat anything. And the 2 guys are just the good old boys ready to whip all the ass and just save America. Booyah, let's go home for a Budweiser. And I was watching this going, holy damn, pretty brutal. There's no punches.
There's no quarter given to Iron Man at this point. You can hear that he's trying because you hear the charge up of his repulsor gauntlets. And at every point, like Bucky's grabbing his arm, and Captain America's punching him in the face with his shield. Like Bucky's giving him body blows and trying to rip out the reactor core or the arc reactor from his chest. Like, it's fucking brutal.
I was watching
like Team Cap is pulling no punches.
Yeah, and I was watching the thing. I was watching the fight sequence, and there's that nice little flick of Captain America hits Iron Man with the shield. It bounces off Iron Man, goes to Bucky. Bucky hits him with the shield. It bounces back to Captain America. Just a kind of free flow. We're both going to hit you with this really, really solid piece of helmet, and you're not going to have a damn chance about it. The fight itself is very good. It was like a really well coordinated fight. I'm going to enjoy it. They've got it right. It's not perspective shots of watching the shots hit. It's we're going to sit the camera there. Highly trained stuntmen / actors are going to act out the fight, and you're going to get to watch it in fucking perfect like stillness. No quick cuts, no camera angles, no fucking around.
Yeah, you're not gonna it's not gonna be one shot where you're gonna follow the shield as it spins into Tony Stark's chest. You're just gonna get to see from the back the shield hit him in the jaw.
Yeah. you're going to watch as we pummel the shit out of Iron Man. And I'm glad, I'm saying this is kind of like the Raid, I like that they've picked up this aspect of it. Part of the brilliance of those films is that the camera is put in place, and we will watch chaos and all hell unfold from this camera's viewpoint, and then we will switch the camera gradually and clearly, no fucking around with little tricks, just the camera's here, fight happens. We move the camera, more fight happens.
One thing I have liked about the kind of evolution of Captain America, the first film, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Captain America the First Avenger, great film. Then you go to the Winter Soldier, holy shit, they took that and built upon it. Then in this one, it seems like they're doing that again. Whoever they got him to do the second film and now the third film, they keep him on staff. He's doing something right.
He is a former member of the Community team. Actually, speaking of Dan Harmon,
it's not Shane Black. He done Thor: The Dark World, and that was a good film. That was another really, really good film.
Yeah, people don't like the Thor movies. I think they're fucking awesome.
I think they're great. The bit when he smashes the living shit out of a rock monster just by spinning Mjolnir, I thought it was great.
He's just the Thor movies are the best I've heard them described it is kind of like Shakespearean nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love it. I love every second.
It's basically a cartoon.
It's so bright and so like gaudy and so ridiculous. It has got looks beautiful, but at the same time, fucking nonsense. It's like they spent.
They speak in such a highly eloquent way that you just think, yeah, I'll buy it.
It's kind of like the Rivendell scenes in The Lord of the Rings. Like when they're in Rivendell during the Fellowship of the Ring, and it's like the gathering of the people trying to figure out what to do with the ring. Everything looks kind of like that, but up-resed for 2015. And just nonsense though. Like you just look at it and go, well, that's like a really dumb joke that you just told, but at the same time, I'm really invested in this for no apparent
in
reason.
such a confident, eloquent way. You just think, yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah. I'm going to check out who did Civil War.
By the way, speaking of Thor,
Not Civil War. Winter Soldier.
Speaking of Thor, have you seen how much weight Chris Hemsworth has lost to play his next role?
Yeah, I did see a picture of that. It was fucking terrifying.
Because he's a huge dude usually to play Thor, and he's quite a tall guy as well. He's like 6'5" or something. Like the amount of weight he's lost, he pulled a Christian Bale and just shrunk right down. The guy looks skinny as hell.
Directors of Captain America Winter Soldier, the Russo brothers.
The Russo brothers.
Anthony and Joe Russo. I think they probably, there's no reason not to keep them on after that.
They're doing something right. And I'm pretty sure they jumped in and directed a few episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
which is why that show picked it up a major notch.
They did do Community.
Yeah.
What the hell is? I'm looking for I'm on the biography of accident, but yeah. I did see that picture and it was kind of terrifying. Like, wow, the guy looks kind of scary, almost ghoul-like. We're looking at what Thor is, so the ghoul is the instant reference point. But yeah, damn ghoul, son. I don't see much about this because apparently they do mean Dupree.
Yeah, that was a good film.
Yeah. But it seems like they've just kind of picked they've picked what they want to do and just went and started winning on it.
Yeah.
I'm very
Then again, it's very rare that anyone who picks up a Marvel property does not do well with it. Because Marvel takes such an interest in such a key role in directing these movies that they're just pretty much operating the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, like is it Joe Feige? No, Paul, whatever the hell his name is.
Feige?
Something, his name's Feige. I thought it was Feige,
Right.
but it's Feige. Feige is taking such a personal approach to making these films because he needs these to succeed. If any step of this plan fails, they need to go back and redo it, and that's something they can't really allow. I'm
not seeing much on here about the Russo brothers getting involved in the what you call it?
Civil War.
No, the new you're talking about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I think they might have done it with the agency. They might have pitched in and helped out with an episode or something.
It goes Community, Animal Practice, Captain America Winter Soldier, an untitled Ghostbusters project, The Grey Man, don't know what the hell that is, which is in pre-production, Captain America Civil War, and then Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be sideways, that's going to be some
they're going to be busy, but at the same time, as soon as they finish all this, they can retire.
Yeah, I told you they've got a decent thing going because the pacing of it, if they do nothing else, which would be fine, because I reckon they'll make enough money off of this. Winter Soldier was 2014. Ghostbusters project is a kind of rumoured thing. Grey Man is in pre-production, so that might fit in about 2017 after they did Civil War in 2016. And then Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2 is 2018-2019.
Although we don't have to wait too long for Civil War, it's May the 5th.
Yeah, they're getting pretty close.
Yeah,
we're forgetting how quickly this year's happening because it's already the end of November. When the fuck did that happen?
Exactly.
And there's a lot of people saying that, mostly because a lot of people I know now are working and just going, I don't know what the time is.
I need to get Christmas shopping done.
Interesting enough, I think one of the Russo brothers was a producer on A Merry Friggin' Christmas, which is Joel McHale, and one of the films with Robin Williams in it. And apparently that's already out in Canada. Motherfucker, a PG-13 though. Damn it.
Canadian.
PG-13 on a fucking Canadian film, eh? Not okay with that at all.
Or I always like, but just positively.
So
No, what was it? They're not always happy. They're just optimistic.
yeah, but yeah, the Russo brothers are just knocking it out of the park with this trailer, and you put up on the Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah. Is basically pulling a faster sprint than Captain America in a couple of scenes.
Unenhanced, just it's all his training that he's done in Wakanda has made him better than Captain America with no enhancements whatsoever. They might pull a thing saying, oh, it's his suit that's enhancing him, because Wakanda is kind of like a technological hub.
Alright.
Because that's where vibranium comes from.
Alright.
Because that was in Age of Ultron, where they go to Wakanda to try and, or Ultron goes to Wakanda to try and get some more vibranium to make himself a new body.
Mm-hmm.
So Wakanda they have all the vibranium. So where Black Panther's village is, underneath that is just a vibranium mine.
So they would get a lot of money.
Yeah, like, I think his name's T'Challa. Is the actual name of Black Panther. And it's loaded to the point he laughs at Tony Stark.
So I was watching the trailer and I noticed that obviously great looking action scenes. They really are pushing Falcon, and I like it. I really like the character of Falcon.
I think I know what they're wanting to do with him eventually. I think they're wanting to make him Captain America at one point. Like somewhere way down the line, maybe like phase 5 or 6 or something. Because it goes Captain America, if they're doing Civil War right, Captain America dies at the end of it.
Right.
That's what stops it. Tony Stark realizes he pushed this too far, and he goes, no, I'm out.
It's a Civil War, you gotta win, go for the KD ratio.
Yeah. And then Bucky becomes Captain America.
Right.
But then something happens, Captain America comes back, and I think to just kind of keep it genuine, I think they might have Falcon come in and take the shield just as Bucky says, no, I can't be Captain America anymore. This was Steve's thing. Steve trusted no one else apart from you, Sam. Sam Wilson, you're now Captain America. I think that's what they might do. I'm not sure they will, but they might.
I'd quite like to look at that. It'd be, because the MCU is a weird thing a lot of people forget. MCU is not the movie reenactment of the comic book series. They are free to write their own thing. So if it makes narrative sense for Falcon to take the shield and say, look, either he takes it from Winter Soldier, or Winter Soldier dies.
No, Winter Soldier doesn't. He just he still has his own mess of shit to work through.
He's a brainwashed super soldier who has a metal arm. There's some shit there. If you turn and say that guy has PTSD, I'm gonna believe you. Yeah, so if he ends up handing off the shield, or somebody takes the shield from him for whatever reason, totally fine with any of the explanations they want to come up with that. So it'll be interesting to see how Civil War pans out.
I'm just happy for the MCU to do anything that they want to do, as long as they do it in such a way where it's not just, that's him now. If they do it with a backstory and a reason behind it and a bit of conviction, I'm all for it. Because that's the whole point of these films. They're making weird stories that shouldn't work, and they work well on the page. They're taking them and translating them perfectly onto the screen, because Vision I never thought would have worked in any way, shape or form.
And yeah, I fucking love that character.
Yeah, Paul Bettany fucking knocked it out of the park. He makes it seem like elevated above everybody else, but so kind of ground level.
Yeah. And
then you see him picking up Thor's hammer, and you're just like, right, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Fucking in this 100%.
I picked up Thor's hammer, now I'm going to give it to Thor. I'm not going to go take it and run around and smash the galaxy with it. I'm just going to, okay, can we get all my things now? Here's your hammer back. Can we fucking move?
Man up. I'm lifting the hammer, so I'm clearly a good guy. Fucking, here's your hammer, let's go and kill some dudes.
Yeah. I want to know what happens next to that. Do you have a Avengers Age of Ultron, is that out?
I have it on Blu-ray if you want to borrow. I also have Avengers Assemble on Blu-ray if you want to borrow that as well.
We were talking Blu-rays. I was looking for DBZ Battle of Gods and could not find it.
The minute Colin sent me the link to this on Amazon, I fucking pre-ordered it straight away.
Yeah, you got Resurrection F, pre-ordered the collector's edition. I am now, I reckon, going to have to wait until it all comes out in some kind of collector's edition, like kind of here's the entire new movies then.
Xavi's doing a Battle of Gods and Resurrection out, like kind of double pack thing, but that is April next year before that comes out or something. That was the time frame they were given.
And I seen January 25th on Amazon, like pre-order. Must have this now.
The thing is that you're getting there's double packs everywhere, but they're all in non-extended edition, and having watched the extended edition with you,
I've tainted you with it.
I can't miss the fucking extended edition, especially after we missed the fucking theatrical version of Resurrection F, and we've all seen shitty copies of it on YouTube. I found the version slightly better. Less crying babies involved.
Yeah, I downloaded a copy and it was a pretty decent one, but then the camera zooms out for a second and there's just three really tall guys just kind of looking about, like turning left and right and leaning back and cutting out the shot halfway through, so delete that. So I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to leave it, I'm not going to watch it. I'll watch it, maybe if somebody sends me a clip I'll watch that, but I'm not going to watch the full thing until I get it on Blu-ray next year.
Yeah, we'll happily sit and wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Captain America, I know they do big like boost packs of the entire like series. I wonder if they do like phase 1 Blu-rays, phase 2 Blu-rays.
Yeah, they've done the phase 1 pack where it was like a briefcase you got and inside it there was a model of the Tesseract.
Right.
And then there was Blu-rays of the First Avenger, the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Thor, and then they finished that with the Avengers Assemble. Then phase 2 will be like Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, Thor the Dark World, and
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3, yeah. So phase 3 will be, like say, I keep saying the Winter Soldier, Civil War, Iron Man 4 if that does eventually see the light of day,
Yeah.
Black Panther, Captain Marvel, all these, like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which Zoe Saldana keeps dropping hints that she's doing because she showed a photo of her getting the green paint on.
Please don't do this to us, celebrities.
Yeah, don't.
You know how much power you have over us. You know what happens when The Rock tweets anything. We go nuts for it.
Like Zoe Saldana has this weird power that she can tell me to do anything I do.
Yeah.
Like, I walk a mile through broken glass to just hear her talk to her phone.
Please be gentle with us,
Although,
celebrities. We've
yeah.
given you a lot of power.
Bradley
It's
Cooper
gonna
was
be-
the worst for it though. Just went, oh, we're filming Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Guess who the villain is? And just left 3 dots after this tweet. I was like, you motherfucker.
Don't you screw us on
Don't
this.
you make me speculate all this.
I feel bad for the guy doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because he's got to nail it.
Yeah, he's got to do it. He has to take the first one, which is my favourite Marvel film of last year, Guardians of the Galaxy. It's funny, it's good. Good action scenes that kind of built on who might show up in the next Guardians of the Galaxy. My personal favourite Marvel character, Nova,
Right.
who's basically Marvel's answer to Green Lantern, but I think does it a lot better. So they're hinting at Nova, because they've already shown us the Nova core, and they've shown us the kind of hierarchy. You start from like Centurion, you go to Denarian, all the different ranks they're in. So they've showed us that Richard Rider is in the Marvel Universe. He was meant to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, but they cut him because they wanted it to be about specifically Peter Quill.
Okay.
Which is fair enough, because if they want the Guardians of the Galaxy to be the main focus of the film, that's fair enough. They don't really need Richard Rider to come in and be like, yeah, by the way, I'm Nova, I'm getting my own movie at some point.
Alright, so they just pop him in Guardians of the Galaxy and say, here's a brief introduction to this character. They test him, and then...
Here's Richard Rider, an Earthling who's found a Nova helmet. We'll keep an eye on him, and that's all we're going to get. He was going to show up for maybe a fight scene at the end. But yeah, he's going to show up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Hopefully they're going to have Nova show up in maybe the Infinity War, because he is a big part of killing Thanos. He kills himself to take Thanos into basically a negative region. Like he basically charges up all the Nova energy, tackles him through a portal into the negative realm, and basically him and Thanos are locked in a eternal battle for like several thousand years. It's pretty cool.
Pretty huge, actually. The way that Thanos is being built up, it's hard to think of just how they're going to figure out how to beat him in the end.
I just hope they take that scale that they've built up and continue it. If they're pegging Thanos to be this all-powerful being, don't have him scaled down or randomly ill whenever they fight the Avengers. I kind of hope
He
they
gets space ill.
Yeah, like he just comes out like, oh, the Infinity Gauntlet's sapping my life energy. I don't feel good, but I have all this power. And just keep him as strong, like double his power, like the Infinity Gauntlet did in the books. Don't give it some limiting power. Like whenever he uses the combined power of the Infinity Gauntlet, like don't make it take several thousand years off his life or something.
He has space AIDS.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Charlie Sheen.
Oh.
That was a weird news story, because it kind of broke that someone had it. And there was it was Charlie Sheen. Anyway,
was anyone surprised?
It's Charlie Sheen, and we all kind of mentally braced ourselves, and it came out in the official broadcast and said, "Yep, it's him." And everybody's kind of, okay, how do we react? It didn't react the way we thought it would, and then people just started throwing allegations of this, that, and next thing. So
it was Jenny McCarthy's response to this, saying, "I went out with him for 6 years, and he never told me this." She went and got all the tests.
Well, the thing is, he was diagnosed after 2.5 Men. He was given a clear bill of health recently after 2.5 Men, and then afterwards was given. Wait, what was her problem with it? She's been with Jim Carrey for the last couple of years.
No, she's not. She hasn't been with Jim Carrey for a while.
Huh?
She was with Charlie Sheen when he had AIDS, because he contracted AIDS a while ago, but he paid millions of dollars to people to keep it quiet.
They had, like, he was given a clean bill of health after he left 2.5 Men, which is when they were together. And then this is like a more recent diagnosis. He still had it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And the allegations were kind of pretty horrible about the fact he was paying more to have sex without condoms, but nobody's really clarifying when that was.
Yeah.
And you just go here and go, not involved, not involved,
Yeah,
not involved, walk away.
Taking a backseat and all this shit. Charlie Sheen, he was funny at a point, but now I just think we're taking pity on him. Like, just, let him do what he wants. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Turns out the secret of Tiger Blood was AIDS.
Yeah, Tiger Blood causes AIDS.
Yeah, so moving swiftly on, we are now getting close to the point of having Hell's in Your Bridge, the next episode come out. I think it's next week. But until then, I have better stuff to look forward to. I have Slayer this weekend.
Well, this weekend? When
Yeah.
is that tomorrow? The
Sunday.
28th? Oh, so a gig in the sun?
Yeah, Scotland has the worst touring scheduling of any fucking nation. If it's not a Tuesday, it's a Thursday. If it's not a Thursday, it's a fucking Sunday. I can't remember the last time I was at a Saturday gig.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday gigs are kind of rare nowadays, which is a bit shite. Used to love going to, like, finishing work or whatever it was on a Friday afternoon and just boosting through to Glasgow for a day.
Yeah, but that's looking pretty good. I have an engagement party to go celebrate on Saturday. Looking forward to that, just as an excuse to get to the house and start drinking in public, as opposed to just kind of hiding up here playing Destiny, just tanking entire 70 CL bottles of Jägermeister.
Well, my weekend is I'm going to a house party, which they're saying, oh, we forgot it's your birthday, so we're hosting a birthday party for us. Like, no, you're not. It's a housewarming party. Ram it. I'm not having a birthday party. You can't make me. So my weekend consists of a housewarming party where I'll have to drink copious amounts of alcohol to make my way through it, because it's relatively the same crowd as the Halloween party. They seem to, whatever party I go to, and a certain 2 people are there,
Okay.
all these other wee assholes follow.
Yeah.
And if they start slamming doors and shit like they did the last time, somebody's getting drunk. Like, some guy walked in and went, I'm leaving now, then stood there for 2 minutes.
Right. First of all, I want to make a joke about a gaggle of arseholes. Like, that's the group. That's the
gaggle of
grouping of arseholes. A gaggle of arseholes.
A gaggle of arseholes.
A gaggle of arseholes walk in the door and just have like the world's worst picture ever. Nobody wants to just but then slamming doors.
Right, I will. Without naming names, I'll say this guy. He was a dude.
This guy, he was a dude.
This guy, he was a dude. This dude, he was a guy. Whatever way you want to take
Was he a bro?
He was not a bro. He was a
nerd. He was a dude, not a bro.
Not a bro. This dude was a nerd. He was about, I want to say very, very early 20s, like maybe just turned 20. And he had maybe about too much to drink. People weren't paying attention to it.
Okay.
He kept texting this girl who wasn't answering him. Who was in the same room. Like, the distance, me and you are sitting apart from each other. That's how far apart they were from each other. He could have went up, turned the phone off and said, can we talk? No, he didn't do that. He kept texting the girl. She didn't respond, and at the end, he just, I said the end. The party was going on till like 5 in the morning. He said at about 1:20, I'm leaving now. No one's paying attention to me. And at that point, I chirped up. I wasn't drunk. This is back when I was trying to keep it relatively sober. I just put my hand, like half sleeping, just went, well, fucking go then, honestly. Stop, saying, I'm leaving, then not leave. And then he stood there for 2 minutes, looked about the room and went, this time I'm really leaving. And I went, well, fucking go then. And this kept going. So it got to about 2 o'clock and he started banging doors trying to get everybody's attention. At this point, he said he was going to leave. I fell asleep for about a good 45 minutes. Woke up, time slamming the door. So I put my glasses back on. I went up to him, grabbed him by the neck. Fucking leave or you're going out a window. And he just went, oh, I'm joking. I was like, no, you're not joking. Leave or pick a window.
All I want to know is, at what point was he expecting the door slamming drama queen act to work? Was there a point where he's like, okay, she didn't pay attention the first time I said it, but now that we've had several kind of I'm leaving moments, she's going to come over and say, I think she's named Derek, because no one's named Derek anymore. So
his name was definitely not Derek.
Okay, so there's going to be a case of, wow, Derek, I'm really impressed by how much of a little bitch you are. Can we talk over some drinks in a private room? That's never going to
She got up and said, right, I'm going to go and talk to him. At that point, I woke up and went, sit down. I forced her back in her seat, went up and just, the neck grab, leave, or you're going out a window. Simple as that.
Yeah.
To this point, every time I'm at a house party and he's there, he sits quiet. If he ever feels like picking up, I feel like I'm just going to look at him and be like, no, you go in the corner if you're going to do that shit.
Not gonna lie, not great with social situations, not great with anything. But I don't think being a diva will work.
No, like if you want to get a girl to talk to you, don't stomp about going, I'm leaving, please pay attention. You just go up to her and it's like, look, can we talk? Or say, look, I'm going to be leaving soon, can I talk to you for a couple of minutes? There's something I really need to get off my chest. Not, I'm leaving, and make a symphony and a fucking cacophony of noise to wake up everybody in a 12-mile radius.
So somebody did,
And piss off the only guy that's over the age of 21 in the room.
Yeah, that might be your mistake. Because
Well, I say I was only
our story from earlier, the guy with the bus stop blood.
That might have been him. He was in London.
I reckon that he was probably in the late teenage years, struggling about to build up to, not build up to exams, but build up to prelims or whatever, just a minor freak out. But that's something you only do as like a teenager, young adult, like in the kind of 20s where we are.
Yeah.
I'd say you're less likely to have a little strop like that. So yeah.
You get past all that teenage bullshit, I say, like, the very, very latest when you hit 21.
Yeah.
You grow up, you grow out of this shit. Although if you're as advanced as I was called, you grow out of this bullshit at the young age of 17. I've never been that person like, I'm fucking leaving, I'm stopping, no one's paying attention to me, I've not got my hole, I've not seen tits. I've never been that guy to just storm out.
At what point are you going to yell, I've no seen tits, and then suddenly breasts shall appear to amuse you? It's not going to work like that.
No.
Yeah.
I think his parents dropped the ball.
Yeah, somebody didn't slap him enough. Yeah. I just noticed whether you're on your phone.
Yes. I had to go in and fucking bust heads. I actually bypassed several people to go and talk directly to the manager, who then proceeded to knock £45 off my bill. Because I said, you do realise the amount of money that I've had to spend to keep the other contract open, and the amount of money I've spent to get to Falkirk every day, because I don't drive and I get the bus there and back. It's like £5.60 for a return. I said, we understand you've accrued considerable debt trying to get this phone sorted. It's like, yeah, you understand it. What are you going to do about it? And said, there's nothing I can really do about it. I said, but you're the manager. Surely there's something you can do about it. And he just kept fobbing me off. So at one point I thought, fuck it. Phoned my brother Grant. I said, right, we need to come get this shit sorted. He said, we've got the phone in store for you now, but we can't give you it because your order is still in the fulfillment stage. They're still looking for more stock in another store. We can't give you this mobile that we have just now. So I thought, right, well, that's bullshit. Cancel the other order, give me that one, I'll set that in the order. He said, we can't do that. I said, I'm pretty sure you can do that for me right now. So I whole thing got sorted out, got the phone taken, got essentially from the original bill that I was given of the £80 upfront fee and the £30 a month contract, got all that refunded back to me, and I got a further £40 refunded back because I didn't have to pay all of it. Eventually got it all sorted. I just need to wait on my old number getting transferred over to the new phone. So. But apart from that, I'm getting slowly used to Android. It's taking me a while, but I'm getting used to it.
I consider the idea of getting a new phone, and then I realise I don't use a phone.
Yeah, I mean, mine's has been more for emails, just giving them a fucking email I've had to answer today.
Yeah. But yeah, I just saw the phone. I was like, oh, shiny new phone, shiny new tech.
With soon to be a photo of Lindsay Ellis in a Fallout jumpsuit as my background. Because why the fuck not?
Yeah, the Fallout release has prompted some pretty good cosplay, some very, very enjoyable cosplay as well. Some of it very interesting and artistic, some of it just kind of a great excuse.
I'm waiting for the guy who... You've seen the 10-foot tall Hulkbuster armour, right?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that guy to do power armour. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Because all that shit was 3D printed.
Right.
I'm waiting for him to do a full, Brothers of Steel armour.
I reckon you'll see maybe like a latex super mutant before that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because the super mutant's pretty iconic to the series, but I don't know.
Speaking of super mutants, have you found the Goku super mutant yet?
No.
You've not found Strong?
No.
Alright, he's the companion that's voiced by Sean Shamel.
Okay, right. Michael was mentioning earlier, and he was talking about the he's very easy to find him live runner in the wasteland and missed him completely. Have you met? Oh, you won't have because you just.
I've just started to get.
Look out for a character named Swan. It's one of the first Super Mutant behemoths you meet. He's in the Liberty Park. You go in the middle of Boston. There's a nice little pedal type things, little pedal swans. Yeah. He is armored by a pedal swan boat. He's fucking awesome. Okay. It's a Super Mutant behemoth covered in plastic boat bits who wants to stomp your face in.
Nice.
Fucking awesome. So I now need to go and find Sean Shamel and then go and wander the wasteland with him because I've ignored companions on it. I'm playing a very solitary experience. It does work. You don't need a companion, especially if you've got the right skill set. If you're playing Fallout and wondering what perks to get, fuck it around and get scavenger perk. I think it's on the intelligence tree. You can screw weapons throughout the game and gain like bits and pieces. 90% of the time you get a bit of steel, you get a bit of aluminium if it's an upgraded weapon, but you, with the scavenger perk, can grab screws, which are very important. But you grab the smaller pieces that help make up like other pieces of equipment later on down the line. If you get that as soon as possible, you can just grab as much good shit as you can. The crafting system is almost essential.
Yeah, especially when you can make shredder Gatling guns, which is fucking awesome.
Have you seen the outpouring of videos from the Fallout 4 game?
No, not yet.
People, basically, the PC version is also available, and when PC community is getting a hold of something, they break it.
Yeah, they mod the fuck out of it.
So yeah, first thing to hit was, I think they've got nudity mods because it's a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Why not nudity? And then you also have John Cena leveling you up. So every time you level up, it's John Cena! That one, yeah. Very annoying, but very funny every now and
Yeah,
again.
it'll probably get pretty boring if you keep it on for the entire game and just every level up. Hold on, John Cena music's coming, plug my ears.
Yeah.
I'd probably put a hole through my TV if I had that for 50 levels.
Well, there's no level cap, by the way.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard about that, but it's, people have hit 297 apparently, but that's 297 is roughly all your stats boosted to max, all the upgrades for all the tiers. All your, like, you can get like multiple levels of armor, so you can level 1 armor, you can craft basic armor, level 2, level 3, level 4.
Yeah.
Roughly pans out to about 297 with no level cap intended. So you can keep leveling up, there's just nothing for you to spend it on. Although, given the way that it's all set out, you could quite feasibly keep going. Like, you could unlock new layers as DLC.
Not bad.
So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, there was also people were setting up the super battles. So you basically just take like, here are 100 ghouls versus like 30 super mutants. Who wins? And just press play. Shit goes wrong very, very fast.
I'd imagine the super mutants would win, but
so far it seems that based on like just dropping random people in, Brotherhood of Steel seem to be taking the crown a lot of the time. I did see one of what looked like 1,000 fucking super glowing one ghouls, which are more radioactive than normal ghouls, going toe to toe with a bunch of super mutants. It's a mess. It is a fucking mess very quickly. However, it's very fun to watch. I did see one guy, unfortunately, one of our kinsmen, a Scotsman, doing a series of videos. He picked one of every legendary creature and put it in an arena and just pressed play. His commentary on it's very boring. The actual footage, fucking hilarious, because he has all the legendary robots, he has all the legendary super mutants, he has all the legendary ghouls, the Mireworks. Mireworks are fucking huge, by the way.
Yeah, they got big.
Yeah, and there's like 40 different types now. There's the Mirework Hunters, which are, the Mireworks are kind of mutated crabs. This being Boston, is mutated shrimp. Also Mireworks. The Mirework Hunters. Watch out for them, they're going to get you. Very, very quickly. So whenever you step near a swamp, run. Yeah, he just grabbed a bunch of everything, threw it in an arena, pressed play, and then all hell proceeds to break loose. All he says, yeah, that's really great. Well, that's amazing. Fantastic. We're going to fight.
one the super mutant punched the fucking go.
Oh, look at that. It looks finally. You know, please, like, if you're going to create one of the most enjoyable, like, random videos to watch, put decent audio on it. I know it's hard, I know it's difficult to just kind of create content on top of content and make it as entertaining as what we try to show off.
Then again, if you said he was one of our fellow Scotsmen,
Just get drunk.
I think it's very hard to get a Scotsman to shut up. As soon as you get them started on a particular subject, they can just keep ranting and raving and going on about a whole mess of shit. And they can we as Scotsmen, we find we're quite, I don't want to say lyrical, but we find ways to make shit funny. So we can take a battle between about 1,000 legendary creatures and make it sound pretty funny.
Oh, this one's like a really easy, like, just tap it in the back of the net win for some people.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at you. Please just, maybe not articulate, but just project into the mic some enthusiasm for the chaos you've created.
Yeah, just a maniacal laugh. Just even if you just are sitting there going, maniacal laugh.
But yeah, they just, outpouring of videos from Fallout 4, it's getting all the mod love from Bethesda because it's a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Not that hard to crack. They've actually supported mods themselves this time around, which is great.
Yeah. They've done the same with Skyrim as well on the PC.
I know they were not objecting to it, but I think they were. No, that's what it was. It was a massive outcry when they tried to like publicise
It
mods.
doesn't make you pay for them. Yeah.
There was payable mods, and the idea was that you end up giving money to modders. I'm saying if a modder wants money, they'll just have a Patreon. They don't need to go through you and Steam. So that happened. People rioted on the Steam forums, and it got dragged down within the course of a couple of days, resulting in Valve releasing an apology, which is pretty rare from those guys. Most of the guys, they don't need to apologise.
Yeah, because their services are that stellar, people just kind of buy into it. Although speaking of Steam, they've got Steam and Valve. They have their Steam sale right now, which is draining the living fuck out of my wallet. There's so many games that you just think, oh, I could buy Grand Theft Auto 4 for 90 pence. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not going to play it. I could play it.
I could play it online. I could mod the shit out of it. So I could fly about Liberty City with a Superman cape or a Superman costume.
Yeah, I don't want to get into Black Friday sales because
Fuck Black Friday.
next Japan versus America might feature some Black Friday sales.
Yeah, although in Nottingham, there was a queue several miles long of people waiting to get into the local Asda to try and get free TVs, discounted, very, very cheap 4K television.
It's a 4K television, you gotta stab somebody for that.
To the point someone got knocked out, clean knocked out. They grabbed one TV, some guy came in with a haymaker, shot her right in the jaw, and she went out cold. Security found the guy who knocked her out, took the TV off her, took the TV off the guy that knocked her out, set it aside for the woman, said, no, this is her TV, we're going to give it at the discounted price because you were a fun, and knocked her out.
Yeah, very British way of dealing with things though.
Yeah, just knock them out.
Yeah, Britain's falling foul of the Black Friday madness that seems to affect American beer. So it's going to be less funny every year when we realise that we were capable of the same horrific acts of violence to get a cheap TV. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Forced segue of the century. Speaking of forced acts of violence, I watched Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Yep, and holy shit.
That's a forced act of violence?
With explanation, it is a forced act of violence. I'll give a brief, slightly non-spoilers. I'll try not to be spoilers, but I might give a few spoilers of the show.
You binged it, you're in the zone. You probably
I
give a fuck.
Binged the whole thing. I done the same thing with Daredevil. I watched it all within 2 days. Holy shit, Jessica Jones was awesome. Perfect casting on every level. Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones. She fit the character perfectly. She got the kind of depression. She got the kind of heart of the character. The girl that played Patsy Walker, she got it right. She was overbearing. She kind of cared a bit too much about Jessica. She was kind of badass because she wants to be on the same level as Jessica. She doesn't have her powers, but she does like Krav Maga and she's a martial arts expert.
Right.
She can take care of herself. And in fact, no, I'll save the best for last. They got like the supporting characters. Luke Cage, I can't remember the guy who played him. He got it fucking right. The guy looks like Luke Cage. He acts like Luke Cage because Luke Cage is meant to be a very stoic, like kind of reserved character.
He's not got a swagger. He's got stoicism.
He's got stoicism. He has got a bit of swagger because they did. Spoilers. In one of the later episodes, his bar gets blown up. He just walks out slightly on fire. Just like walks out like, oh shit, I love that bar. And then Jessica Jones proceeds to stab the fire out of him. It's like, your clothes are slightly burnt, but you're fine. Absolutely gold.
He's like, yes, I know.
Yeah, it's like, because I have titanium skin.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, the absolute best casting of this was David Tennant as Kilgrave, who just fit on so many different levels.
That's the psychic guy, right?
That's the telepath who can basically make people do whatever the hell he wants with them. And the whole point of this show is literally he is back and he wants Jessica Jones to be on his side again. It's kind of a love story because he loves Jessica Jones, but Jessica Jones doesn't love him. Yeah, Jessica Jones doesn't love him. You find out that Kilgrave used his weird telepathy technique on Jessica to do whatever the hell he wanted. And through the course of that, she kills a woman who has some critical information about Kilgrave. Kilgrave basically says that, yeah, go and take care of her for me. So Jessica Jones punches her in the chest and kills her outright. Through the course of the story, you find out that character has a bigger relation to another character in the show.
Right.
But that's a big spoiler, so I'm not going to say that. But just the way they've done the show is very noir. So you'll have Jessica Jones walking through the city. It's set in Hell's Kitchen, the same place that Daredevil was set in.
Right.
So you'll have her walking through the city and you'll have Kristen Ritter's narration over the top of it. And it'll say stuff like Hell's Kitchen. It's the only place I've ever known, but it's home to me, that kind of crap. It's really, really well done. It's kind of brutal as well. Like,
okay.
Jessica Jones pulls no punches. Like, when she hits somebody, you hear like bones cracking and this guy gets sent flying across the room.
What's Jessica Jones' deal? What's her power?
Her power is through experimentation by an unknown group. She has super strength and she can fly, but she doesn't want to admit that she can fly. She just says, oh, I can't fly, I just can jump really high. and she has another power.
It's just a Superman ripoff. I love it.
Yeah, but she's so much better than Superman.
She's a character.
Yeah, she actually references the fact that she isn't Superman by saying, "Oh yeah, I have laser eyes. Don't fuck with me." Then an episode later, someday she gets hired to do a job, but you find out the job is just so the woman that hired her can get close to her and kill her because she blames people of her kind, those with superpowers, for the death of her family that died during the events of Avengers Assemble, the Battle of New York. So she just wants to kill all superheroes.
That's pretty cool.
And then she says, "Oh, you threatened to kill my husband with your laser eyes." And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have laser eyes." I was kidding to get a confession out of this guy, because you find out that she is a client of Jessica Jones, one of Jessica Jones' first jobs in the first episode. She has to serve a subpoena to somebody, but it's just like douche fuck boy. And she basically picks up his Aston Martin and says, "You're going to take this, or I'm going to drop this car." Pretty badass. But yeah, it's again perfect casting for Marvel. Marvel just going from strength to strength with their movies and their TV shows. The TV shows are kind of making me question where these characters are going to fit in the bigger Marvel universe, because there is plans for Daredevil to show up in an MCU movie. Luke Cage as well, because Luke Cage and Iron Fist, when they create heroes for hire, they kind of need to show up in a Marvel film.
I think they actually said that there was going to be a Luke Cage movie, but then they realised the scale of what they wanted to do, and in TV he'd be better, and then we can throw him in and then pull him out of a movie and have it not be as big a deal, like it just be like a cool little reference to everyone who watches television.
And Iron Fist needs to hurry up and come along, but I think they're going to make that a Netflix movie because they can't figure out how to take the story of... No, it's not that they can't figure out how to take the story of Iron Fist, as they have the story written, but they can't find a director that gets what they want to do. And I think we might need to leave like Western directors and maybe go somewhere more Oriental. Like, we need to go to someone who knows how to do a Kung Fu movie, but also knows how to do really, really good backstory, because Iron Fist is a Kung Fu master.
We go to RZA from the Wu-Tang
We go to RZA, or go to Tarantino. Because the whole point of Iron Fist is he, through a trial, comes into contact with the heart of a dragon that gives him the power of the Iron Fist. That is like Kung Fu movie shit.
It's literally just a guy who has Iron Fists.
It's a guy who has the heart of a dragon. Just do something like that, we're fine. And Iron Fist is something I'm looking forward to quite a lot, more than the Punisher and more than Moon Knight. Because Moon Knight is basically Marvel's answer to Batman, but he's far more fucked up. He's schizophrenic and is not afraid to use violence, like ripping someone's throat out with his little moon crescent, throwing stuff things.
I know about the Punisher because it was the guy from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, John Bernthal.
Yeah, John Bernthal, who was getting tagged into that, and it was like, holy crap, you gotta see to believe it.
It makes sense, man.
And then Moon Knight, never heard of that. Instantly assumed some kind of Sailor Moon nonsense. But
look up Mark Spector.
Mark Spector.
Mark Spector is the current Moon Knight, or the Moon Knight that they'll be going with. He's a follower of the god Khonshu, who blesses him with the abilities and powers of Moon Knight. But essentially, he's just Batman because he's make all the shit himself. But he gets blessed with the garb of Moon Knight and the kind of abilities thereof.
That sounds really interesting. I'm gonna check that out.
It's pretty good. It's another, like, even though he is essentially the strong arm of a deity or a god, he's pretty street level. Because it's what they're trying to do with all these things. They're trying to do street level superheroes like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, because they all form the Defenders, and then Luke Cage and Iron Fist form Heroes for Hire, who are just basically street level heroes. They say you've got some super villains living next door to you. Phone us, we'll get rid of the fucker for you. Just put the kettle on, we'll get rid of him. We'll come back, we'll have a cup of tea, and we'll talk about money. Sorted.
Speaking of sorted, I think we should probably wrap this thing up because it's getting a bit long in the tooth. So with that in mind, I've been Colin Graham, you've been Dom Anderson, and we've both been talking complete gibberpish.